Welcome back to Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, having a conversation with Elena Sinelnikova. She is the founder of Cryptochicks, amongst other things. Elena, we're just talking, trying to get a handle on this blockchain revolution, AI revolution, and you kind of gave a conditional sentence about adoption. Let's talk about Canada in particular. I would argue, and many others I've had on this program would argue, that we really do have to be at the forefront of adoption of these new technologies, blockchain, AI, whatever, in order to have an economy for the future. So, give us a little bit of a report card of how we're doing on it on adoption in Canada.
Uh, I wish to say we're doing great, but we're not.
Mm.
Canada is always in that, in my opinion, because I work with many countries, Canada is always in that backseat position and following US position. And I would love to see Canada to be established as the leader in this technology rather than a follower. We have like Ethereum, one of the blockchains that are very significant, was born in Canada, in Toronto, because Vitalik is the founder of this one. He started Ethereum right in Toronto, and it has all potential and all the right people to be in charge of starting this leadership. But unfortunately, the regulators are holding us a little bit back, and the education of the people in the power is lagging behind. And maybe the courage as well is lagging behind. So therefore, Canada is not in a leadership in that technology, but have every potential to be.
Yeah, I must say it is surprising. We do have great educational institutions, I think, in here in Ontario, University of Waterloo, University of Toronto, for example. And when it comes to AI, I mean, a University of Toronto professor just won a Nobel Prize for leading AI development and theory. So we seem to have great instructors and great students, but we're not actually getting businesses started and moved along. Is that your assessment of things as well?
That's exactly my assessment. Yes, what I hope now with the new president in US is going to change. When it's going to change, it is a big question. So if the legal base will start changing right away, then we can see change right away. Before that, we were holding back, and all the crypto industry were held back by the legislation. So we do need the new legislation that is supportive to the crypto. Governments, usually in all countries, they are very protective because crypto for them means money and means the monetary system, and therefore means that they can lose the control. But in fact, blockchains, it's not about the money. It is actually about technology that opens the border.
Mhm.
This technology can be used to bring the labor, the power force, the minds, and business owners from other countries without bringing them into Canada, but still use their talent and their knowledge, their education in Canada. We just need the right legislation for that.
So it sounds like there's a lot of promise there. Are there any downsides?
Downsides, as every technology, it can be used by it can be used and abused, of course, and therefore that's why legislators are very careful. But yes, you see, we cannot just throw the baby away with the bathwater. Uh, it's proceed with caution. It is very good, but we're right now not proceeding at all.
Oh, really? So that's the state of things. I think you've mentioned in your writings or commentaries that you believe that decentralization is important. Can you explain that a little bit for our audience?
Yes. Mm, as we see right now in the politics, what has been used, and that's is and being as far as I understand, it's being abused, is when governments have the pressure on large business owners to um, separate some countries, some people from usage of resources of another countries, and therefore we don't have that full economy. So we're basically just building the blocks, and we building the walls,
Elena, we're just going to
iron
take a
walls.
brief, we're just going to take a brief break. We'll continue with your explanation after these messages.